Hey y'all, my name is Meredith and today I'm taking you to eat all things gluten-free on Wonder of the Seas. This is a Royal Caribbean ship. This is my third Royal Caribbean ship that I've been on and my second one being gluten-free. I've been gluten-free for 10 years, so I haven't been on too many cruises gluten-free, but this is my second one, so I'm excited to see what I can find. I did not do a lot of research before I came here on gluten-free. This is a brand new ship. It hasn't been voyaging for that long, but you saw in my hand a minute ago, I was having a spicy margarita. That was delicious. Probably get another one of those. And I'm excited to see what gluten-free things we have in store. We literally just got on the ship and we're at the boardwalk, and I went to Boardwalk Doghouse because I thought they'd maybe have gluten-free buns, because I feel like on other cruises they have, and they do not have gluten-free buns. They told me to go to Johnny Rockets next door and get a gluten-free bun, but you have to pay for items at Johnny Rockets, so my husband just went over there to figure out what the deal is with gluten-free buns. I don't know. So we came over to Johnny Rockets and they have gluten-free buns in individual packages, and they gave me 4 of them. So now we're gonna go back and try to get a hot dog. What's in the bag, Kate?
We have 4 individually packaged gluten-free hot dog buns.
I told them, I was like, I don't want to walk over there and ask.
They are frozen.
Oh, they're frozen. Okay, so we're not eating the hot dog bun or the hot dog right now, but we have them for the future, which is the good news. Okay, thank you, everyone. I hate going to like ask and like go out of the way. Like, I get frustrated that I don't have the ease of walking up and ordering things like everybody else in this group does. We're here with 8 people, and I just hate to be the one who has to walk next door and go get a bun and go back and then ask for a glove change, and I hate being that person, but now I have buns so I can come back when they're thawed and have a hot dog.
It's out?
I'm carrying my frozen hot dog buns around. We are at the Playmakers Bar. Playmakers Sports Bar. Playmakers Sports Bar. And I got a Strongbow. They have Strongbow on draft, Angry Orchard, Truly's, White Claws, I think. So plenty of gluten-free like beer options. Strongbow is actually my favorite cider, so I'm pumped they have this. Now that I've got a Strongbow in hand, let's start going through all things gluten-free, starting with the Promenade. The Promenade is the central hub of all things on the ship. It's sort of the main area. When you board the ship on day 1, you will enter directly into the Promenade. There are 2 quick service spots for eating on the Promenade, which is Cafe Promenade, which I never ended up eating at, Sorrento's, and then I guess a third one would be Starbucks. I never made it to Cafe Promenade because anytime I was on the Promenade, I wanted pizza, which you'll see here in just a second. So Sorrento's, right there, is the pizza place on the Promenade, and it's about 5:30. Our dinner reservations every night are at 7:45 in the dining room, and I wanted a snack, so I went in and asked if they could do gluten-free pizza, and they said to come back in 5 minutes, and I said, okay. So they're making me a cheese pizza. I confirmed with the chef that they were making it all separate. I said, can I just confirm with you that it's made separately and safely? And he said, of course, so going back in 5 minutes. When it came time for my pizza to come out, I watched him to make sure he was cutting it separately, and he did. He had a different knife. He was in a different area of the kitchen, which was awesome. Now, this is not the world's greatest gluten-free pizza, don't get me wrong, but it is made fresh every single time you walk up and order it, so it's always piping hot, and the cheese is nice and melty. You can get whatever toppings you want, but the crust is kind of your standard gluten-free cracker crust, nothing to write home about. However, the fact that you can go up and ask for a gluten-free pizza whenever you want and they make it for you fresh is pretty great. When it comes to port days, I only recorded at one of the ports because that was the only one I actually ate at. So here's what we did at Perfect Day at Coco Cay, which is the island owned by Royal Caribbean. I was hesitant about what this port day was going to be like, but we swam in this water where this fountain is. It was absolutely gorgeous. We had plenty of cocktails, and there are a lot of food options there as well. We did not opt into paying for the water park part of Coco Cay, and we had so much fun without the water park, so only do that if you really want to. We are at the Bahamas, Perfect Day at Coco Cay. This is, what's this called? Skipper's something, but it's this outdoor buffet. I just went up to someone in a white jacket that he was standing over there, looked like a chef, and I said, I have a food allergy, can you help me? And he said, would you like a gluten-free burger? So I didn't argue with him. I said, okay. So I'm waiting for him to come back. He just came back out to find me and asked if I wanted cheese in my burger. So I said yes, and then he went back in that door and I'm waiting again. You will see that I had a lot of cheeseburgers on this trip, but when you go up to someone and they offer you a cheeseburger that's gluten-free, you just can't argue with them. I just said, okay, whatever you want to make me, you know, I will just roll with that. My burger was very good. They grilled my bun. I can show you now.
All the buns are grilled. I mean,
they grilled my bun. He brought it out with French fries, and the first thing I said, are these French fries gluten-free? Are they in a separate fryer? He said yes, and gave him a high five. So, and the fries were really hot. Like, you could tell he went back there and made it fresh. So, thumbs up. I didn't ask. Immediately when I went up to him, I said, I have a gluten allergy. Can you help me? He said, do you want a burger? And I just said yes, instead of having to go through the process of asking if everything else was gluten-free. So there is a taco stand, which I'm sure they have gluten-free stuff there. There's a toppings bar, so I just got like pickles and onions on my burger. And then there's a lot of pre-made sandwiches, so I'm sure they could probably make you one of those on gluten-free bread, but when he offered the burger, I said, okay. Next is the Windjammer Marketplace, which is on deck 15. This is a buffet that is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We never ate dinner here, but we had breakfast and lunch here pretty much every day. This is a super casual buffet. You can go in a bathing suit with a cover-up on. It's someplace you can just pop in and get breakfast or lunch and pop right back out to the pool. My biggest complaint about the Windjammer is that they could have noted on all of their menu tags what the allergens are, so I didn't have to ask someone. I don't know why they don't do that, but I did put that in my feedback for the cruise dining. Anytime you're in the Windjammer or really anywhere else, you can grab a culinarian and ask someone to walk you through the buffet. I did this on the first couple days at both breakfast and lunch, so I pretty much got a good idea of what I could eat throughout the week, so I didn't have to grab someone every single time. I told you I ate a lot of burgers. They can make you a fresh gluten-free burger and fries if you want, which I did that several days. And then this dessert section is the only area that had gluten-free marked on the tags. That was also noted in my review for the dining for the cruise. They have a lot of items that are standard every single day, but other things also change in and out. Next up, let's talk about beverages. We purchased the soda package in advance, and if you order any packages, whether it's a non-alcoholic beverage package or an alcoholic beverage package, if you order it in advance via the Royal Caribbean app, then it's discounted as opposed to purchasing it once you're on the boat. I believe it came out to about $8 per day, and then you're given this Royal Caribbean cup that speaks to the soda stream, and then you can refill it as many times as you want throughout the whole week. My favorite bar on the cruise was this bar called Wonderland, which is on deck 12, and it is themed after Alice in Wonderland. Tonight we are at the Wonderland bar. We're celebrating my little sister's birthday. Yay! It's her golden birthday, so we all wear gold because she's 27 on the 27th. I got the White Rabbit Rita, and it is a blue curacao, I guess, margarita with a salt foam.
Completely off.
Oh, that is a salt foam. It tastes like the ocean, like foam in the ocean. One of the fun things about this cruise is that there are so many different bars and restaurants and lounges, and they are all themed totally different. So if you love Alice in Wonderland or want a cool vibe, you would go here. Or the next place you'll see that we go to is called Mason Jar, and that's a country themed bar. We are at the Mason Jar bar. I thought there was going to be live music tonight, but there's not. Maybe it's just karaoke. You can just get up there. But I am having an Angry Orchard Peach Mango. A lot of the bars have your just standard full bar offerings, but some places have different items, like that Mango Peach Angry Orchard that I was drinking is not something that you can get everywhere, or the Strongbow on draft that I got when I boarded the ship. Again, can't get that everywhere. This is the Bionic Bar, which is a robot bar. We actually have one where I live here in Vegas, but it's always fun because it's so interactive and just something that you don't see all the time. When it comes to purchasing an alcoholic beverage package, we did the math, and based on the average price of a drink or cocktail, you would have to drink at least 7 alcoholic beverages per day in order to break even and get your money's worth. Now, if you're on vacation and you love to drink, I mean, I love to drink too. However, I was not going to consume at least 7 drinks per day every single day. I'm pretty sure the alcoholic beverage package does apply when you're on CocoCay. However, keep in mind that when you're in St. Thomas and St. Martin, you're in a foreign country or island and the beverage package does not work there. So keep in mind, if you're off the ship all day, those 7 drinks that you have to drink are going to waste when you're not on the ship. I'm someone that I think drinks pretty often, but 7 drinks per day, every single day, just to break even was just not going to be worth it. Now what is worth it is 2 bottles of wine per cabin, as long as at least 2 people are staying in the room over the age of 21, are able to be brought onto the ship. You have to carry it in your hand onto the ship, and that was totally worth it. We were with a group of 8, so we had 8 bottles of wine that we could bring onto the ship. I love a poolside cocktail or frozen drink. I drank a lot of those, most of which were gluten-free. You could ask to read the label and they would give it to you to read. Hi. I just finished a 3-mile run. They have a track that goes around the boat 1 level down from where the gym is, and the gym is slammed today. So I went for a run around the track, which was cool. I'm gonna check out this view. So now I'm just stretching. I'm trying to figure out where to go eat some breakfast. There is a Starbucks on board. I'm a Starbucks girl, so I've been getting Starbucks. I got one yesterday, I'm gonna get another one today. I don't typically eat breakfast at home. I usually go to the gym, have Starbucks, and then around that time it's time for lunch. So I'm not a big breakfast person, but I do want to check out the breakfast options so I can share them with you. So let's see what we get today. Just got my Starbucks. I get a venti iced chai in normal Starbucks land, and it's $5.69, and this is a grande iced chai, and it was $7.03. So, whoops. We are on deck 9, which is, what is it called?
This is the
Central Park. I was gonna call it Times Square, which is wrong. And we are popping in Park Cafe for breakfast. I guess they have gluten-free breakfast sandwiches, so we're gonna check that out. This was such a cute spot and had so much potential, but the food was just so not great. I walked in, I ordered a gluten-free breakfast sandwich. They made a little card for it. The allergy side of this restaurant was totally fine and wonderful. They did everything they needed to do. But my sandwich was just not good. You can see here it's falling apart. The eggs were just kind of wet and it was just not the vibe. At lunchtime, they have salads and sandwiches. Some people in our group did go for lunch one day and they barely ate and they left and went to the Windjammer. So apparently it's just not that great all around, and the Windjammer is just the way to go. The solarium is an adults-only section of the boat. On the front of the boat, it has pools, lounges, and then also this solarium bistro. The solarium is all glassed in, sort of like a greenhouse, so there's no crazy direct sunlight. It's definitely a good place to relax. The solarium bistro is the same way. It's much quieter. The hustle and bustle is not anything like the Windjammer because the Windjammer just gets slammed at breakfast and lunchtime. Food-wise, it's pretty much the exact same as the Windjammer. I didn't notice anything different here than there was over there. The Solarium Bistro is also much smaller and therefore has less seating. So if you want to go at not peak breakfast and lunch times, this is an awesome place to go. Like I said, it's much quieter. The food's about the same, but if you're looking to relax a little bit more, then definitely go here. And just like the other locations, if you have a food allergy, you can let a culinarian or manager know and they will help you out. Let's go through all things main dining room. The main dining room is 3 stories high and you will sit at the same table and have the same servers at the same time every single day of your cruise. There are a couple stipulations to that, but if you book main dining room, that's usually how it goes. These are menus made in advance that you can view on your Royal Caribbean app. But every single day you will have the head waiter, in this case, here he is, this is Shrajit, and every day he brought me the menu for the next day and would take my order. That way they would have my gluten-free meal ready for me when I arrived at my reservation time. I cannot say enough good things about the wait staff and Shrajit because anything that I wanted, as long as I told them the day before, they were gonna make sure that I got it. So here's everything that I ate in the main dining room. Keep in mind the food is all inclusive, so you can order as many appetizers, entrees, and desserts that you want. Our menu on night 1 was called Welcome Aboard, and I started with the Caesar salad, and I got it with no croutons. I eat a lot of Caesar salads. For my second starter, I got the roasted tomato soup, which was supposed to come with garlic ciabatta croutons, but I got that without. I got gluten-free bread every day, so anytime I had soup, I could just dip my gluten-free bread in it, and who needs croutons anyways? For my entree, I got the aromatic chicken with roasted vegetables and a baked potato. I know what you're thinking, this is not an exciting gluten-free entree. However, since this was the first night, I couldn't order in advance, so this was the only option that they had for me for an entree on this particular night. And for dessert, I got the dark chocolate custard. Night 2's menu was a taste of Italy. Per usual, I got some gluten-free bread and it was toasted. I never had to ask for this, they brought it right to me every time. For my starter, I got the garden mix salad with a house vinaigrette. I told you they will make you anything on the menu. For my entree, I got the chicken parmesan. I promise it tasted way better than it looks. And then for my second entree, I got the creamy mushroom risotto. I got 2 desserts. The first one was strawberry ice cream, kept it classic, and the second one was a lemon curd tartlet. The way they made this tartlet for me is they removed the crust and just built it into a ramekin. The next menu was called A Taste of France. I knew on this trip I needed to try something new at least once, so here it goes. We are in the dining room for dinner. For the first time ever, I'm going to try escargot. And I'm a little nervous about it.
It's the real cheese. Yeah, I don't know.
1, 2, 3.
Chew it up.
1, 2, 3.
I can't believe you're eating it!
It's garlic.
This is your garlic, right? It's just kind of gummy. And it just tastes like garlic. It doesn't have any flavor other than garlic.
Yeah, it doesn't taste bad. Good job.
It doesn't taste bad.
Good job. Wow, I'm impressed. Mary got beat bad there. What do you think? Braun. I've had it.
I don't like it.
Yeah. I like it. It's
I
good.
can't eat it without thinking about the fact that it's a
I
snail.
know. Me too.
If you told me it was a piece of chicken, I mean, I wouldn't believe that it was a piece of chicken, but
Yeah, I just ate a snail.
yeah, we've all tried the escargot for the first time ever.
So, how was your Italy?
I don't like it. For my entree, I had the roasted beef tenderloin, which was supposed to come with a peppercorn sauce, but they gave me this gravy instead, which we'll talk about again later. My second entree was the spring pea and asparagus risotto, and then I got the creme brulee for dessert. Our next menu was a taste of Mexico. For my starter, I got the tortilla soup, and then for my entree, I ordered the carne asada. This did not look anything like the carne asada that anyone else in my party had, and I'm pretty sure it has the same gravy on it from the night before. So that was a big letdown. I went and got a pizza at Sorrento's after dinner, and then I got the caramel flan for dessert, because you can't skip dessert. The next menu was called A Taste of the Caribbean. I was feeling hungover from my day in St. Martin, so I had gluten-free bread for my appetizer. I ordered the roasted Caribbean chicken for my entree, and I swear it has the gravy on it again. Luckily, I had pre-ordered a second entree, which was the pesto pasta. For dessert, I had the pineapple sunshine cake and the warm blueberry cobbler. It's truly incredible that they make all of these gluten-free, and big shout out to Shrajit because he would get me whatever I wanted. This was called Royal Night, and it's the only night they have lobster tail that is not for purchase. For my starter, I got the baked French onion soup that came without the crouton, and then the Caesar salad, again without croutons. For my entree, I got a lobster tail just to try it because I don't really like seafood, and then I also got the spaghetti bolognese, and for dessert, I had the baked Alaska. The last night's menu was called Bon Voyage, and it was a Mediterranean-style menu. For my starter, I got the Mediterranean tapas medley, and I got it without the pita bread, and then I also got the baked French onion soup without a crouton. For my entree, I got the grilled Mediterranean steak, and for dessert, I had the dark chocolate brownie. During dinner on our last night, they brought out the entire culinary team for us to be able to applaud them for all of their hard work, and I personally wish I could have thanked each and every person that had any sort of part in the gluten-free meals that I had on this boat. I am so thankful that every single person on this staff is trained in allergies. Either they can help you or they will find someone that's able to help you. The fact that the head waiter, Shrajit, came to my table every single night to get my order for the next day, and anything I wanted, he was going to make it happen one way or another. I have celiac disease. I do not have a gluten intolerance, so my reactions aren't immediate, and sometimes if I get a reaction, I don't know what it was from. But during my time on this cruise, which was Sunday to the next Sunday, I did not get sick one time. If you're thinking about going on a Royal Caribbean cruise and wondering if you're going to be able to eat something because you are gluten-free, I hope this video was helpful for you. When we booked this cruise, I knew this was a video I wanted to make because it's a video that I would have wanted to watch myself. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I would love to know what you think, and I will see y'all next time.